take this up.
I can.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the warm welcome, and it's great to be here in Ottawa, especially at the Manning Conference. Dory, I want to thank you and your whole team for setting this up on such short notice. Very, very proud. My friends, we are facing the most critical election in Ontario's history. Over the last 15 years, we've seen the McGuinty Wynne Liberals destroy this province. We have seen them rack up the debt over $320 billion. And just until you realize, I always thought $320 billion was the largest in North America. I had one of my advisors tell me a couple days ago, for any region, any state, any province around the world, we're the most indebted region in the entire world. It is a shame.
Sorry.
Just on that debt alone, we're paying close to $12 billion a year. That's $12 billion that could go to families that have autistic children. That's $12 billion. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My little sister has autism.
God bless her. We're going to get money over there to make sure that we stop wasting the $12 billion on wasted, issues right across the board. That's $12 billion that could go to affordable housing. That's $12 billion wasted. People are fed up with this Liberal government.
Here, here.
Everywhere I go, people are saying, and then when I go door knocking, this is the best. Usually over the last 25 years of door knocking, you get maybe an NDP, then you get a Liberal, then you get a PC. Every door that I'm knocking on is, I'm voting PC, I'm a lifelong Liberal, I'm voting PC, I voted NDP, but I'm voting PC. This province needs a change. But not just a change. We have to, first of all, unite the party. We know we've had a few issues within the party, but we need to go as a strong party, a united party. And I will make sure we will unite this party. And going into this election, don't underestimate Kathleen Wynne. I can tell you that right now.
She can't be trusted. She's a sneak watcher.
Oh, you don't like that.
She is.
I couldn't have said it any better
She's
myself.
up to something. When she's quiet, she's up to something.
My friends, we look at the healthcare. We have the greatest doctors and nurses in the entire world, the greatest healthcare workers in the world. They're under full attack right now. They're under attack by the McGuinty government. I've talked to a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, and I'll tell you the story like I told at my rally the other day. My mother went into the hospital, and we had an opportunity to talk to the doctors, nurses, EMS, and it was like, I'm comparing this to Toronto. I'm sure all of you have been to Toronto and you've been on the 401 in rush hour. The stretchers were stacked up in the hallways, one after the other.
For shame.
And I call that hallway healthcare. My friend Bill Carroll, he liked that line. Where are you, Bill? That was one of his favorite lines, hallway healthcare. We had an opportunity to talk to EMS people, and they were saying there's 5 to 6 hours waits all throughout the region. That's 5 or 6 hours just to be able to see a doctor. The nurses were maxed out. The doctors were maxed out. And as I told our doctors and our nurses, help is on its way, resources are on its way, and I can assure you we will listen to it. I promise.
Is Chris Mazza going to go to jail?
We've seen and heard about e-health. We have seen e-health 14 years and $8 billion, a system that is broken. It's absolutely broken. We saw the longest strike in college history, the teachers, putting our young people in jeopardy.
I was affected by that.
Well, you know something? You won't be affected once we form government.
Thank God.
I'm a strong believer in empowering the people instead of the government. The government actually thinks they're smarter than us. They really do. They believe that they can tell us how we should spend our money. We are working, if you add up the federal, the provincial, municipal taxes, we're working half the year. We're working almost 6 months to pay for government. That's unacceptable. But I can assure you, we will make sure this province is the most prosperous province, the most prosperous province throughout Canada and throughout North America, because we aren't just competing against other provinces, we're competing on a worldwide stage. We're competing against our neighbors to the south. They don't have a carbon tax. We will get rid of this carbon tax.
About darn time.
We will usher in economic prosperity that this province has never seen before. Prosperity, opportunity, and progress that this province will never see. We're going to create jobs, we're going to lower taxes. We're going to put money back into your pocket.
Yeah.
Because I'm a strong believer, again, as I said earlier on, we know what to do with our money better than the government. I love when I talk to politicians or I get interviewed with some of the media. Not all the media, Bill. Not all the media, just some of the media.
Fake news.
I love that guy. I love Bill Carroll. He's the best. You have to tune into him every morning. He's a champion. But the politicians, they think of one thing. Have you ever heard of a politician say, I'm actually going to save you money? I'm going to put money back in your pocket? And they always ask, where are you going to find the savings? I'll tell you a quick story. When my brother Rob and I went down to City Hall, we sat down around the CFO's table the first day, and they said, we're facing $774 million of pressure, meaning we have spent $774 million more than we did the previous year. And we have to increase the taxes 25 to 30%. We took a different approach. We found efficiencies. We didn't lay anyone off. We found efficiencies. We drove efficiencies. The first year, we delivered a 0% tax increase. It was the lowest residential tax rate in all of North America for any large city. I gotta ask each and every one of you a quick question. Do you think there's 2% waste in the provincial government?
More down, more. Way more.
I have asked hundreds of people the exact same question. And the first reaction is they start laughing. The second is exactly what I hear here. We can save more than 2%. We have a $141 billion budget. You save even 2%. You're saving close to $3 billion. $3 billion that, again, we can put into infrastructure, into transit. It's not fair that, first of all, you're waiting weeks to get a doctor's appointment. It's not fair that you're sitting in traffic for hours because there isn't proper transit or infrastructure. That's what we can do with the $3 billion. And we're gonna put money back into infrastructure. Infrastructure is critical. We are hurting in infrastructure right across this province. We need more transit. We need proper transit. We need to make sure that we expand our highways. We, in Toronto's case, build subways. In Ottawa, make sure that we have the LRTs. And by the way, I have to ask my friends from Ottawa, how are the LRTs coming along there? I'm just curious how they're coming along.
No, it's full now, it got delayed.
Yeah, I know. We got
Let's be honest.
want it now. No, then you
wait till November.
It's too late for you,
Friends, we're gonna bring accountability, we're gonna bring transparency, we're gonna bring integrity to Queen's Park. As I've said in many speeches, Queen's Park is politically corrupt from the top to the bottom. We need a strong leader to go in there and clean house. I will make sure I clean house. I have a proven track record. The only candidate that is actually governed. I have the utmost respect for my opponents. I think Carolyn Mulrooney is a nice person. I don't know her, I'll be very frank, nice person. Christine is a wonderful person. And late Jim Flaherty, good friends of the family, the best finance minister we ever had. But we need someone that is actually governed, not sat in the opposition seats. We dealt with the 5th largest budget in Canada. The 5th largest budget in Canada is Toronto. It was a $9.6 billion operating budget with a $2 billion capital budget. We went down there and went line item by line item. We will leave no stone unturned at the province. We will go through every single ministry, line item by line item, until we find the savings. My friends, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. But I have to tell you, I can't do this by myself. I need your support. I need you to get out there and tell your friends, your brother, your sister, your family, that if they want to see a change in Ontario, a positive change, making sure we have the most prosperous province in the country, we need to sign up. When I go out and I'm out and about throughout the area, even here in Ottawa, as my friend Dean, we experienced about 4 or 5 times today. Doug, I support you, I'm gonna vote for you. We have to inform the public that they can't vote unless they register. It'll be the best $10 investment they've ever made. We have a cutoff time, February the 16th. We have February 16th. They actually shortened the days because they knew we were gonna sign up a whole bunch of people, and you know, the establishment and the elites down at the party, you know, we're gonna address that when we get down there. I can assure you. And the common people will have a voice. The common people will be heard. You won't have to be one of the big shots donating $5,000, actually it's $1,200 now, $1,200 to get your phone call returned. We focus on customer service excellence. That means when you call a ministry, when you call a department, they call you back. They don't give you a runaround. I don't know if any of you ever had an opportunity to call the government. They just bounce you from one department to another to another. And it's just like going in a merry-go-round. My friends, please go to fordforleader.com. That's fordforleader.com. You press the icon, sign up. I had an interesting story the other day. Actually, it was yesterday. So I'm pretty ticked off because we're getting tons of calls saying that they can't register on the PC website. They kept bouncing back. So I called down to the party and talked to someone. I won't tell you who I talked to. You'll probably be in trouble for telling me what he told me. And I called him. I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Doug, well, that's your fault." I said, "How is it my fault?" He said, "Well, you had that rally the other night, and there was 11, these are staggering numbers, there was 11,000 people that went online and crashed our system." The message is getting out, spread the message, we need to win. And again, we can only do this with each and every one of you. We will unite the party, and together we will defeat Kathleen Wynne, and together we will bring our province back. Anytime you need help, anytime at all. Everyone has their cell phone out here for a minute? I can give you a number that you will, it's like the 911 helpline for politics or issues. I don't care if you have a pothole, if it's a federal issue, provincial issue, or a municipal issue. Number's 416-233-6934. No one answers that phone except myself. It gets filled up constantly. I have someone emptying the voicemails. But I can promise you one thing. When you have an issue, I will get back to you. It may take me a day or so. We're getting a few hundred calls coming in every single day. But we will call you back. And I apologize, it might be 10 o'clock at night, 10:30, but I will get back to you.
Give the number again.
Yes.
416-233-6934.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for coming out tonight. God bless each and every one of you. And let's take this province back. Thank you.
Thank you again for coming. Doug will be going around to take pictures and shake hands.
Yeah.
He forgot to mention that if you're 14 years of age, you can actually vote in a leadership. So sign up your kids, your grandkids, and let's get them elected. Thank you, Ottawa.